Excited because we're steadily moving forward with NALEO to achieve higher and better things now and in the future.
Yes, I'm ready to sleep on the airplane and just knock out. Yeah. I'm looking forward to just the experience of like the networking and getting to learn about peg stations.
It's Boston, and I am so excited about all the food that we are going to discover at North Ends, but really to reconnect with all of our public media colleagues from across the country. I'm really excited for our Director of Productions, David Alvarez, to be featured on our live broadcast panel regarding high school sports. He's such a wizard. And we are going to be accepting 4 Hometown Media Awards national recognition for the work that we've done at NALEO, but also some of our OPO have accomplished. So super excited all around.
It was good. Went pretty quick for a 10-hour flight, so got some sleep. Looking forward to seeing what ACM has and whatever Boston also has to offer.
Aloha and good morning, all the way from Massachusetts. We are here at day 1 of the Alliance for Community Media's annual conference at the beautiful and inspiring Boston University George Sherman Union. We are ready to dive into a day of learning and collaboration with colleagues from across the country. Come check it out.
The 3 key things that I hope people can take away from this conference is 1, that they're stronger together, that individual communities, while they serve small localities, if they band together, they have a great deal of power. So building that network of people is important, and I hope people come away with that. Second, I hope people understand that there's an amazing power of individual voice that is lost very often in modern media, and that the work that we do as community media organizations to amplify that voice and diverse expression is extremely important and powerful and needs to be preserved in 2025 and beyond. And third, I hope that people enjoy themselves. There's a lot of hard work creating media, teaching people how to create things, running operations across the United States. It's important to have a sense of commonality and joy in the work together. And we have that when people come together here. We have over 500 people gathered in Boston from Hawaii and the Maine coast, from Washington, all the way down to the Carolinas, people from all over the United States. They're from lots of different places, but they're a lot alike in the joy that they take in helping others. And that needs to be celebrated. So I'm hoping that people come away with that.
Today I just got out of a paywall class. It was pretty cool. We had 3 folks who are heading their peg stations into diversifying how they diversify their income, not only looking at what they're getting from their franchise fees. So that was interesting. They're implementing paywalls in different areas.
I really appreciated one of the speakers really dove into the rich history of media, and somebody from a generation where everything is handed to you in media. It's kind of great to hear about where it all came from in the grassroots, basically.
I'm so excited to be in Boston for my first ACM conference. It's just amazing how all of the people from, all over the country are here that do the same things that we do in Hawaii. But we're so fortunate because of Naleo TV's vast experience with working in the islands and having all the equipment that we have. I'm finding it that a lot of people are surprised at the things we do compared to what they have in their facilities in their state. So I feel fortunate and just excited to be here and meet others.
We just wrapped day 1 here at ACM in Boston, and I'm feeling wicked smart, as they say. We had a really inspiring keynote from our friends at Vermont Access Network. So excited to kind of dive deeper into what they are doing and how we can implement that in Hawaii. David and I went to an excellent presentation on how to build internships and apprenticeships at Naleo TV, and that's going to be really integral to some of the work that we are going to be doing with our sister station on Kauai Hawike TV. We worked with Ebalu Industries on an application, and were recently selected to do a design sprint. So more opportunities for community members coming soon. And we wrapped up the day with one of my favorite topics, how community media can support emergency management operations during times of disaster. So again, feeling really inspired about what we've learned and all the things that we're going to be doing to implement back in Hawaii.
Community impact. These are awarded to programs that generate community involvement. In the category of Community Impact Access Center Professional, the hometown goes to David Alvarez, Ashley Kierkowitz, Chris Curry, Jackie Parker, and Ethan Tiernan from Naleo TV.
Episode Access Center Professional. The hometown goes to producers David Alvarez and Chris Pereno. Curator Kanani Daly from Naleo TV.
So this was a great opportunity to get out and see the other PEG organizations, and it gave us opportunity to look at new technology. I especially like the course on AI. It is an up-and-coming technology, and I'd like to get to know more about it, so this was a good opportunity to see what was available, what was out there. I loved that our team could be together. I really liked traveling with them, and I thought that the conference was beneficial to our industry.
This was such an amazing opportunity for me. I felt like I got such a good sense of the history of community access television, and it was so inspiring. Like, one of the things that really stuck out to me was this quote: "In every town and every city, we're the trusted storytellers, media makers, and bridges between people and power." And that was really powerful for me, and I feel so honored to be a part of this team and to be able to be inspired by this conference. I loved learning about the grassroots and the history of this work that started with the civil rights movement. Basically, what I'm really inspired to do is to have everyone in the west side of Hawaii, for Nāleo to be like the first thing they think about when they think about like quality community media, and for that to be the source of where they tell their stories and where they go to hear other people's stories.
Get involved with the community a substantial amount of time. And the things that we do are the same things that a lot of people across the nation with community access, they do. But the biggest thing that I think, the fact of people's lives are affected in so many different ways. And then beyond that, the programs that we put together to let people know that there are programs out there to help them as well. Makes me feel good that we're part of the bigger community who are doing good things.
So I'm such a policy junkie. I went to the presentation on legislative policies that many community access centers are pushing their state legislators or even municipalities to adopt. So really inspired by some of the work that's happening in New York, in Vermont, in Minneapolis, to find ways that community access stations can get a slice of, some of the broadband money that's coming through, but also some of the streaming services that many people are leaving cable for. So that was really exciting and inspired to work with our legislators to make that happen next session. Attended a really interesting presentation on apprenticeships. There is a community media center in Albuquerque, New Mexico that has 20 young people coming through their studios every single year. And that's really inspiring to Nāleo, because we want to be a workforce incubator in our local community. And shout out to our Director of Productions, David Alvarez, for being part of a panel talking about live broadcasts of high school sports. That was definitely one of the favorite presentations here. And he's going to be convening more conversations on Zoom so that we can equip and empower community access stations around the country to do what they're doing and elevate our high school athletes. I've organized a number of events, so there's a true aloha and appreciation to the Alliance for Community Media team, all of the work that they have put into organizing this really excellent conference, chock full of great experts and information. Thank you so much, ACM, for creating this space. And also big shout out to members of our team and our board for taking the time to want to advance their personal and professional development and conferences like this. It's certainly an investment in our team, but it ensures that we have folks that are getting information that's really critical to making sure that we do the absolute best to support our Hawaiʻi Island community.
Mahalo, Boston, and hope to see you again.